Hey, how y'all doing?
How you doing? How are you?
Good.
Go ahead, fire away, guys. Jaylin, just how was the summer from building a chemistry standpoint? You guys coming in and mentioning with the returnees, freshmen.
I think it was pretty smooth. I think it was an easy transition. We clicked pretty fast. Out of all my years of college, it's probably the fastest a team ever clicked. That this fast. We hung out off the court. We talked in the locker room. We talked on the court. I think we clicked very fast.
How much is playing fast something that coaches kind of talk to you, knowing that between you, Jason, Daquan, you guys can get the ball and push it?
That's something that he told me, and through the recruitment process that he wanted to play fast. With us having a few transition players, I think he's gonna help us a lot. But he pounds on it every day, even if anyone is driving it slow, he's making sure we say 3 and 3, making sure that we get to the 3-point line in 3 seconds.
For you, first of all, what's it been like to practice once again, regular basis last year? Injury, just what's it been like kind of get back in the flow again?
Man, I just want to thank God. It was rough for me last year, with me being how I work. It was rough for me just watching my other teammates practice and play, and for me stepping out and have to step out of practice, it was tough for me. I just thank God that I made it through summer and I just made it to our first official practice and did help.
Jaylin, I don't know how much of a chance you had to watch these guys last year, but compared to what you might have seen from the group in March, compare that to now. Just where are they in terms of skill level, talent, improvement, that sort of thing?
Me personally, I have never watched them from last year. Besides a few good clips that Coach probably showed us from Oswin, Flo, and Mila through the recruitment process, just to show the guys who I would be playing with. But I feel like this year we got a great squad, and I'm always gonna bet on my squad.
Are there any guys who were here who said in the locker room like, "Hey, we're gonna be a lot better," or, "Hey, you're here, you made us a lot better," anything like that?
Nah, we basically just been making sure that we build our chemistry and staying focusing on our group, and just making sure that we come in and get 1% better every day.
What's something about Coach English that you learned, not recruiting side, recruiting you as a coach?
For me personally, so I lost my best friend like last month, and Coach English showed me that he is more for the kid. He came down to the funeral, and he put his arms around me, through the process of me losing my best friend, and even to this day, even the days that I have problems, the days that I may be crying on the sideline, he showed me that he's with me.
Jaylin, one thing that seems different is this team, just from watching a little bit that I've seen, seems to have a lot more leadership from the veterans such as yourself, plus the attorneys like Corey Floyd. Have you noticed any of that?
Most definitely. I think Corey Floyd do a great job of leading. With him being a great veteran, that's why he got the nickname Cap. He do a great job of leading us. Since we came here, and making sure that we learn and coach English well.
It's early, but have you guys talked about goals for this season?
I mean, right now our goal is just preparing every day in practice. Just making sure that we staying locked in on one day at a time and getting better with ourselves. And in 3 weeks we'll sit up against Pitt, and then a week out for that we'll focus on them.
Has Corey told you about what to expect Saturday in front of the fans?
No, but obviously, from my recruitment process, I told Coach English I didn't even know what a Fire was, but they made sure I knew who they were through my recruitment process, and me just saying Fire, as Duncan Powell would say, through the process, and that showed me just how much support that they love their team and stuff like that.
That influence,
Most definitely, I'm excited to play in front of that crowd. I love playing with big crowds. It get my adrenaline running. I feel like it always boosts a team on how they play.
Jaylin, do you think that with most of the new guys who came from other power conferences, Big 12, ACC, SEC, do you think that helps you guys get acclimated to playing in the Big East as opposed to trying to make a big step up?
I think with the two leagues that's physical, the SEC and with the Big 12, I think the physicality should transition quickly over. I think the Big East may be hand to hand with the Big 12, if I'm being honest, with physicality, and Coach made sure I understood that. I didn't know that when I first came on, but I got acclimated to it with Coach. The whistle that he gives us in practice, just knowing that we're not always going to get a foul from him. All right, thank y'all.
Okay.